1st, 1998, and Aston Villa entertained Liverpool in a Premier League encounter. The home team were perhaps surprisingly occupying first place in the Premiership table and had gone 12 games unbeaten, including 5 wins out of 6 at Villa Park, which all added up to their best ever start in the top flight. Liverpool, meanwhile, were languishing in 9th and had lost their last 3 league games. Their away form was particularly unimpressive. You had to go back to August for their last win on the road. John Gregory took over as Villa boss in February of '98 and started with a win against Liverpool. His squad was an all-English one, which included 21-year-old Lee Hendry, who'd won his first England cap in the win over the Czech Republic. Gregory was forced into making one change from the team that beat Southampton the week before. Mark Draper made only his 3rd start of the season in place of the suspended Ian Taylor. Dion Dublin had scored 5 goals in 2 games since his move from Coventry. This was Gerard Houllier's 2nd match in sole charge of Liverpool after the partnership with Roy Evans had been disbanded. Steve Staunton was back at Villa Park after spending 7 years as a player there before re-signing for Liverpool in the summer. There was a tactical change for the visitors, which meant recalls for Phil Babb and Steve Harkness in defence. Michael Owen was back after hamstring trouble, so Karl-Heinz Riegler dropped to the bench. Your match commentator is Martin Tyler.
Floodlights on at the start. The nights are drawing in England. The weather is certainly chillier, and particularly chilly with 3 central defenders, a system very akin to that of Villa's. Ince going in! A great start for Liverpool. And all the purpose that Liverpool are looking to show at this difficult time, encapsulated by Paul Ince, who made this his. Came a long way to get his head to it. And it's Aston Villa 0, Liverpool 1, Paul Ince. Collymoore. Berger can pick it up, and maybe Fowler can pick a pass here to use Owen's pace, which is extraordinary. And Echiog was left trailing. He did catch up, but in goes Fowler. Wonderful stop by the goalkeeper. Otherwise it would have been 2-0 to Liverpool with only 5 minutes gone. Headed on by Dublin here. Tremendous start to the game. And in goes Stan Collymoore. He mishit it. James stuck out of... So both goalkeepers coming up with impressive saves. Collymoore concentrating. And now Redknapp. Liverpool threaten again. Robbie Fowler, they've scored again. Well, is league game number 13 of the season going to be unlucky for Aston Villa? Robbie Fowler, who has a tremendous record against the club he faces today, hurts Aston Villa once more with a perfectly placed header. Well, we've had 2 goals already. It could have been double that. Babb. That was Collymoore on Harkness, and that may well have its roots in a rather stormy relationship between the two during this match back in February, this fixture, when there were allegations of... Well, a lengthy stoppage here. Bjornaby is brought on as Harkness is... Dublin beaten by Staunton, and it's Owen chasing and taking the chance early and denied. A 3rd goal for Liverpool by Oakes' agility. There's no catching Michael Owen in these situations. He tried to catch Oakes off his line, but the goalkeeper got back and kept that out brilliantly. But Aston Villa being ripped apart here, and but for Michael Oakes, it could be 4-0. Redknapp. A touch there. It looked as though it would be enough, but it wasn't for Carragher. But again, Liverpool dominant in this Aston Villa penalty area. Redknapp, Owen to the right. Berger going on through the centre and not picked up. Well, another chance for Liverpool, and there have been plenty of them in this opening 35 minutes. Defensively, Aston Villa really haven't come to grips with their task today. Trying to do something to help change that. Merson. He's made some space for himself. Dublin! Well, every striker will tell you some days they go in, and Dublin's had plenty of those days recently. And some days they in play by Hegem, but only to Villa's benefit. And they've got three out on the left-hand side. One of them, Hendry, going on into the centre. Collymoore! Oh, what a miss! Well, that really could have changed the complexion here. 6 minutes before half-time, Aston Villa 2-0 down on their own ground, and Collymoore from very close range indeed puts going very well for Liverpool at half-time at Villa Park. Aston Villa 0, Liverpool 2. Southgate. Merson. Watson's early cross. Dublin trying to get there first. What a tremendous goal! Dublin does it again. But today, will it be enough for Aston Villa? But listen to the noise here. They sense there's hope. This is his third game for Aston Villa, remember, and this is his sixth goal, and possibly the best of the lot. Bjornaby, Wright who heads, able to be the focal point of the clearance again, but Wright gives it to Hegem, and suddenly Villa are stopped in their tracks, and Vegard Hegem carries the fight forward for Liverpool. And Fowler! Well, he is the scourge of Aston Villa, Robbie Fowler. He's restored the two-goal cushion. Hegem did well, and Fowler found the range again here at Villa Park. The UEFA Cup, Celta Vigo knocked out Villa. Throw. Merson. Collymoore is behind Staunton this time. Dublin's in the centre, and Dublin's going to get another one. Gets the ball and gets on with the game. Great set-up play by Villa. And Stan Collymoore picked the right pass. Dublin rather stumbled it into the net, but into the net it went. For his second, for Villa's second. And it's still very much game on. John Gregory. Dion Dublin has given some hope again to the... And here come Liverpool again with Redknapp. Attack might be the best form of defence for them. Robbie Fowler has scored a hat-trick at Villa Park, and Villa hang their heads again as Fowler punishes them again. Well, this is truly remarkable. A personal contest between Dublin and Fowler, it seems to be turning out to be. And it's Aston Villa 2, Liverpool 4. And Fowler, who's been unhappy, he's not been in the side on the sort of regular basis that he would expect. Of course, he's been picking up his game again after a long absence. for an injury that occurred in the week that led up to Liverpool's last visit here in February. That was the first of many games he missed. But he's back here on the big day again and putting in a big performance. And now Collymoore, who was incidentally the last Villa player to be sent off, and that's over a year ago. Is in danger of having to make the walk again. Peter Jones, surrounded by Villa players who are trying to act for Collymoore's defence. And Stan Collymoore is sent off. Some might feel he should have gone for the incident that brought him his first yellow card. He reacted here to Michael Owen and left the referee with little alternative. A highly charged afternoon at Aston Villa. Thompson. 3 ahead of him for Villa. And Joachim put through! Penalty. Referee checked with an assistant. And David James is going to get a card here of some description. It's a yellow one. But Joachim, within seconds of coming on, and they've had all sorts of penalty takers this season already, Aston Villa. But stepping up to take this one is Dublin. Well, a hat-trick last Saturday at Southampton. But he doesn't get a hat-trick here because James, having given away the penalty, saves it with a fantastic dive to his left. Well, there's no end to the drama. Merson with an early cross. Out comes James. Dublin makes it awkward for him. Still Dublin. Didn't have too much to aim at, but he's disappointed. Yet again, he didn't complete his hat-trick and bring Villa closer into the contest. And he'd earned the right for it with his challenge on James. He couldn't wrap his left foot right round the ball. Well, 13, the unlucky number for Aston Villa. They're beaten in the league for the first time this season. And a final score, it's Aston Villa 2, Liverpool 4.